Straight to
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Perspective. TiffanyLaShon here with our guest for the day, Dr. Nina. We're here to talk about anything and everything that matters to you regarding mental health. So give me a warm welcome to Dr. Nina. Hey, welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me today.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for
being
having
a
me.
part. I'm so excited. So today we're just going to talk a little bit about mental health, what it means, what it's about, your struggle, our struggle, everybody's struggle with it. Even if you've never had a struggle with it, you know someone who has definitely dealt with some sort of mental health. And the hard part is talking about it. And so we're just here to open up on our stories, her story today specifically, in reference to mental health and what it means to her and what it's all about. So Dr. Nina, take it away for us.
Okay. Well, I'll just start with talking a little bit more about what I've gone through to get to this point in life. And when I say gone through, that's not a negative thing.
Right.
Just my path in life and what has led me here. So I guess I can start by saying who I am, what I do, and how I do it. I'm Dr. Nina Ellis Hervey. I am a licensed psychologist, a licensed specialist in school psychology, a licensed certified professional life coach, and also a nationally certified school psychologist.
Awesome.
I'm also soon to be a certified personal trainer. So that's something that's also near and dear to my heart. I'm an entrepreneur and also a associate professor who's also tenured at Stephen F. Austin State University. I take my career very seriously, but I take who I am more seriously.
Absolutely.
So I'm educated, but I'm also hood. I'm from St. Louis.
Come on.
I'm also raised partly in Memphis, Tennessee. So I know the streets, but I also know education. And that's what led me here. So from the time I was 3 months old, I was adopted by a single parent African American mother who lived in St. Louis, Missouri, originally from Arkansas. She was one of 12 and she had a high school diploma, but she knew that she wanted to invest in me having different worldly experiences, also having a good balance and just having support that she didn't always feel like she had. With the story of mental health, how that intertwines, there were points in my life where I always noticed that I was different from other kids. And I know a lot of people will say that, but I was one of the kids that loved to just work on anything. Anything I picked up, I wanted to max out on it. So if that was the piano, if that was braiding hair, if that was, learning a new trade, they always called me the fun fact finder. I was the person who knew everything about everything. And I still am. I'm still like that. And so that led me to, kind of being ostracized sometimes, made fun of sometimes, counted out sometimes, but it was fine. I grew up kind of having some depressive symptoms because of that. And often not knowing how to deal with that. My mother was pretty good at, teaching me different things and making sure I stayed happy. But it wasn't until adulthood that I realized that depression was an issue.
Absolutely.
So as I grew up, I went off to college. That really brought on depression and also weight gain. Okay, so I ended up being about 240 pounds.
Wow.
And went through a journey of losing the weight and in a healthy way when I went off to become Dr. Nina. And at that time, I really documented those experiences, and that was when I came to YouTube. And that's a part of my entrepreneurship is I came to share that story and also my struggles with mental health and also other things. And how that all plays a part in wanting to do better in life overall.
As a whole,
And also admitting to those struggles, because oftentimes in multicultural communities, it's often seen as a negative when you admit to having negative experiences, negative emotions or thoughts, but it's normal. It's very normal. Everybody gets depressed. They might not get depression, but everybody gets depressed. And if you continue to have depressive symptoms, you will eventually have depression. Anxiety comes for high achievers, and I was a high achiever, so I had anxiety disorder. I had ADHD. I had all kinds of stuff going on, and that was the reason for seeing what those strengths were instead of looking at them as weaknesses.
A negative. Yeah, that's good.
And so that was how YouTube began. And that led me down the path of so many different things that allow me to enrich the lives of others.
So good.
Mental health is a big part of my life. Being a licensed psychologist, I love seeing people do well.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
good.
and then the life coaching piece, I love giving back to other people. And I think in the past, what that ties to in mental health, I would get depressed as a child because so many people would almost think that I was bragging because of what I did.
That's
but
good.
facts are facts. And it wasn't that I wanted people to feel bad. I wanted them to be happy about what they were doing too.
Absolutely.
But what I found in getting older was when people aren't happy with what they're doing,
That's
they
it.
definitely can't be happy about
That's
what
it.
you're doing.
Okay, so during the story, you talked to us about growing up, being adopted, and how your mom pretty much shielded you a little bit as you were younger. But talk to us when you actually went into college and you went to meet older people who weren't really happy with themselves. And your achievements are amazing. Her achievements are absolutely amazing. But we have people who have not yet achieved what they want to do. And so when they look at someone like yourself, and they say, oh, well, she's bragging, or she has this, or she has that. What they're really saying is, well, I want to do something too. And I have a dream, but I haven't met my dream. So how do you tell them to deal with that by being proud and happy of someone else like yourself who has achieved that dream? Okay.
Because I know I told you, I think I mentioned this to you. I'm currently in the process of writing a book.
Yeah.
My hope is to release it next month.
Yes.
And it's about the sky not being your limit
Yeah.
and 10 things that strengthen us in order
Come
to
on.
meet our needs and goals.
Yeah.
What I found at that age, I'm glad for such insight,
Yeah.
is I would meet people that would feel that way, but over time what I learned was they would actually admire me. And they would actually want to know more about me,
Yeah.
figure out how I did certain
So
things.
good.
But then when they saw that I was open to showing those things, that's not a person that brags. That's not a person that's arrogant. Arrogant
you go.
people don't want people to have
That's
what
right.
they have. I want people to be happy because the more
Yeah.
people that are happy, the more we have better situations,
Absolutely.
right? You can't be discouraged by age,
Yeah.
by limitations, by the color of your skin.
That's right.
By anything, because the sky is not your limit.
That's it.
Nobody knows your limit. And you don't know that until you test
That's
your
right.
limit. All of us have
So
a place
good.
in life, a path in life,
Yeah.
a goal, things that we're supposed to do, things that we're not supposed to do.
Yep.
And if you learn to not just stay in your lane, but benefit from the lanes of
Come
others
on.
without having to trip them so they fall in their race, then you'll be much happier.
So
and so
good.
I'll tell that person to continue on despite
Yeah.
what's happening around them, despite
good.
being put down,
That's
despite
good.
being turned away.
Yep.
Even if they heard no,
Yeah.
you keep on going after it,
Yeah.
and people will learn from what you're doing. And
Absolutely.
eventually they have no choice but to respect you. And often I always say God's rejection is God's protection.
Absolutely. So good. One last question for you. What do you say to the child or to the adults, the 73-year-old or the middle-aged man or woman who doesn't have or didn't have the parent that says what your mom said to you? Don't worry, keep going. They're gonna tag along one day anyway. Some people don't have someone to push them, to drive them into being just who they are, being themselves, and everybody else will catch on later. What would you say to that person?
So to that person, I would say become your own best friend. The best thing you can do for yourself, is making sure that you go on this path for self. When you go on a path for self, it stops so much of the noise. So when I say the noise, you stop caring so much about people's validation.
That's so
you
good.
stop caring so much about people saying, oh, you did good, or oh, you didn't do good, or oh, I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
Because one thing my mother also taught me, though I had my mother worked some 8 to 12 hour days.
That's good.
So I was often at home alone.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell her this, but I started staying at home by myself when I was like 9. So that meant a lot of entertainment for myself, a lot of self-encouragement,
Yeah.
a lot of self-push, a lot of
Absolutely.
self-investment.
Absolutely.
And what I would tell that person is don't depend on somebody else to define what and
Good,
who
good,
you
good.
are.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people haven't even defined what and who they are. So if you spend your time investing in that, you will turn around and feel that you haven't gotten anything because you haven't done anything that is your personal goal.
That's good.
So spend that time when others are not paying much attention to you, doing what you need to do instead of talking about it. So even I'll liken it to my weight loss. When I lost my weight, I left and went to Oklahoma. I had moved to Oklahoma to get my education.
Okay.
I didn't know anybody in Oklahoma. My mama didn't even understand why I wanted to go to Oklahoma. It was a lot of different things going on. I didn't have any cheerleaders. I didn't have people saying, oh, you should lose weight. In fact, I had a lot of people when I did bring up losing weight, they would say, oh, girl, you look fine how you are, you know, or whatever. And I'm like, you know, but I want to do better. You know, I want to be better. And so at that time, I had nobody. My mother didn't even see me for 8 months of my weight loss. So she saw, it took me 10 years to a month, 10 months to a year to lose the weight. So my mother didn't see me for 8 months. She didn't see me for 8 months at all. But when she did, she was so proud of me because I had gone on a self journey and done that for myself. So what I'll tell that person is do it for you. When you keep trying to please other people, you will never please them.
That's good.
Even if you change something about yourself, they're not going to like that you changed what they said you should have changed. And what I learned about people, listen to people. I've learned to listen and also translate what they actually mean. So a lot of times those people hearing that noise, when people speak no life to you, it's because they have no life for them.
That's good.
And so a lot of times what they'll speak to you is in doubt because they're in doubt about their dreams, goals, and aspirations. So if you don't have that environment, create that environment. And that environment starts with you.
So Dr. Nina and I will be right back. We're going to put on a little, what do you want to call it, a skit? We're going to put on a little skit to show that it's not as hard as you think it is to actually ask somebody for help, to go and get the help that you need. We're out here. There are people out here, licensed psychologists, counselors. We're out here. We're available. But maybe not knowing how to approach us, maybe not knowing what words to use or what to say on how or what it is. You may not even know what you need. But knowing that somebody is available to talk to, we want you to know that we're available and we're excited. And we're excited just to share an opportunity of how you maybe can approach someone who you think can help you get over your hump or your journey or out of depression or out of anxiety, whatever you're dealing with. So we'll be right back.
Hey,
are you Dr. Nina?
I am.
Can I talk to you for a second? Do you mind?
Sure, come have a seat.
Awesome. So I'm having a little trouble, and I just really wanted to know if it was safe to talk to you. I want to talk to you about some personal things, and I'm not sure if it's going to get back out to other people, and I don't want everybody to know my business.
Well, this is a safe zone, and I'll tell you this. Whatever you share with me is completely up to you. However, I will keep my mouth shut. No one will ever know.
Okay.
Unless you want them to know.
Okay. So I feel like I have a little bit of depression.
Okay.
And I'm really not sure why. You know how life just goes up and down, and then at some point you finally find your stable place. Well, I haven't found my stable place. And so I just want you to, if you can, help me walk through my depression maybe.
Okay.
Until I get to my stable place.
Okay. Well, how do you know when you say depressed? I often like to ask people like what they're feeling behind that, because that can mean so many different things. So what are you saying? What are you feeling?
So I feel like I'm not myself. Like I like to have a lot of fun. I like to hang around my friends all the time. And just lately, because I haven't graduated yet, you know, I had a baby and all my other friends are getting married and waiting to have kids and all this other stuff. And I just feel like I'm shying away from being myself.
How long has this been going on?
About a year now.
Okay.
And so
Quite a long time.
I'm assuming it's depression because I'm a fun person. Like I really like to have fun. I like to live my life, but I don't feel like me, and I want to be me again.
I can understand that. So I hear you say that this has been happening for a year. You don't feel like yourself. You're feeling down. You're shying away from people and the things you used to like to do. Have you talked with anyone? Have you decided you wanted to, you know, seek any help or things like that? And
well, you know, when you talk to your mom or you talk to your grandmother or you talk to your dad or people in your family or even at church, they just say like, oh, pray about it, you'll be fine. And so I prayed about it, but it's been a year now. So I know you help, help people as a counselor and as a psychologist. I know you do that, but I don't want them to know, because I don't want them to say, well, we told you to pray about it. And I did. I prayed about it, and I still don't feel like things are changing just yet. So
I'm not a Christian counselor or a psychologist. However, I'll tell you this. I do know that the Bible says that you also have to help yourself.
Yeah.
And so what I think that is if you do know someone that can help, you reach out to someone that can help.
Okay.
And so you've made a good first step. I don't ever want to shy you away from needing help, because we all need help at some point. In fact, I think it's great that you're looking to change things. So you're at a place where you're ready to change. So I would say definitely continue to pray about it.
Okay.
But also seek help as you're already doing.
Okay.
So that you're able to get better. Because sometimes you just need someone to listen that's not involved in your life.
That's true.
That's not invested in your life.
That's true.
But they're there with special skills to help you be better.
Okay. So how do I sign up for it, or what do I do? Because again, I don't want anybody to know. I just want to come, get the help, and then once I get better, maybe I can tell people about it, but I just want to do it without people knowing all my business.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. What I'll do is I'll find some good people that I know that are closer to your area, that really know
Okay.
some good things that can help you, and that will also be very confidential.
Okay.
Because in what I do, we are required by law
Yes.
to not tell anybody
That's good.
about your business or things that are going on. And I think that would be a good thing, because that would be a whole different person, a person that's never met you, that's just now getting to hear what you're going through, and they can be very in tune with what's happening instead of already knowing everything.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll find you some referrals, and we'll make sure you get to those people.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking time to just talk to me about it. I feel a little bit better now, because you feel overwhelmed when you got so much on your mind, and it feels like there's nobody to talk to, but knowing that it's an option to speak to somebody and trusting people.
And it's not a bad option. I think we make it scary, but it's not scary. And sometimes you just can't talk to certain people about it, because they won't understand it.
Okay.
But it's fine.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Well, guys, we hope that you have enjoyed this episode of The Perspective. We hope that we opened up mental health a little bit clearer, a little bit more freely, for you to feel like you can talk to someone about information about mental health, counseling, depression, anxiety, rejection, whatever it is that you're feeling. We pray that this has helped you in some sort of way. Maybe not the skit, but maybe even the conversation that we had earlier. We just hope that you're willing to open up to someone that you trust, or that you know who can get you to someone that they trust, to talk to you about anything mental health. So we welcome you to our next episode of The Perspective. Blessings on you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Straight to